Stephen, how's the mood in the camp? Obviously not the start you wanted, but I don't imagine there's a feeling of panic yet, is there?
No, we've played 7 games. Of course, it's not the start we wanted. Fine lines in football. Goals change football matches. You know, we're 1-0 up and playing very well at Killy. We miss a penalty, and you know, when things aren't going for you, that's what happens. We've had probably 4 or 5 decisions in the last lot of games that have affected the result. But there's things that we can do, and a lot of things we can do better. There's a positivity around the place because we know we're not far away. You know, we've had to chop and change, and with injuries and moving people out of position, and maybe taking that solidity out of our team. So we spoke very much this week about getting back to that, getting back to the team and the personnel in the right positions that won a lot of games last season and took us to 2 cup finals. So, you know, it's frustrating because I know how close we are. And everyone's dictated to by results. You know, the emotions around the football club is dictated to by results. The fans are dictated to by results. But there's a lot of positive things happening, and we just have to make sure we start turning them into results sooner rather than later.
Andy was saying a week of reflection in terms of the squad themselves. Is that something you stressed to them this week, that that collective chat together to go through everything?
Yeah, we pull everyone together, and you've got to make sure that you're not walking about feeling sorry for yourselves, and you have to give the players a plan on how you can turn that little percentages into wins, and we've done that. And the bigger thing for me is to get back to keeping clean sheets. You know, and the personnel that we've maybe had to play or move out of position has affected that. And I feel now tomorrow we're getting back to where we were and the personnel we were able to put on the pitch last season. So straight away that gives everyone a lift. But we've got a bunch of boys who are very conscientious. They know when they've played well, they know when they can do better, and what I'll never question is their work rate and their commitment to this football club. And you know, our luck will start changing if you keep working hard. You can't feel sorry for yourselves, and that was reiterated this week to everybody, including the staff.
I was going to say that what you touched on. I don't imagine that the players' levels of training would have dropped off, even though the performances or the results are not the same. But what's that tell you about the team, that that level is still maintained in and around the training ground, when easily their heads could have dropped?
Yeah, it's we've got strong characters. People said to me last season we had a good dressing room, but you see how good your dressing room is this season. You know, it's easy to have a good dressing room when you're winning football matches and getting the cup finals. Now you see who the characters are, you see who the strong boys are, and I think the vast majority of people in that dressing room are strong boys. They can deal with it. We expect criticism when we don't win. And you know, you group together, you know, you batten down the hatches and you make sure you stick together, and that's very much been the talk around the club, that they're sticking together. You know, 11 players will go on the pitch, there'll be boys that won't be happy that not playing, but there's never a complaint from them. They get on with it, they work hard, and we prepare meticulously to win every single game.
As a manager at this stage, is there a temptation to try and change things just to get, you know, that one result that's needed, or is there always just a sense of perseverance that it will come if we do what we do best, in a sense?
If I'm honest, due to our personnel and who I was able to put into the team, we probably did try and change it slightly. You know, we didn't have that electric pace of Kipper and Dunn, so we had to buy that extra pass and maybe slow their tempo down a little bit, which for the vast majority of our players didn't suit. You know, so I feel the Hearts game, and for, you know, maybe 35-40 minutes of the Kilmarnock game, that we were back to that intensity and back to playing in people's faces and putting balls into areas that pitch that hurt people. So in terms of, I know what works for the vast majority of our squad, but you know, we have had to try and change things slightly. But as I said earlier, I feel we're getting the players and the personnel back into the right positions that'll start affecting results.
On Livingston, have you been surprised by how well they started the league, in a sense, especially with the great result against Rangers at the weekend as well?
Yeah, I think everyone's quite surprised, but you know, they're not embarrassed about what they do, and why should they be? They're getting results. They play to their strengths. I hear everybody all the time, you've got to play a certain way. You play to what your personnel is, you play to what your budget and your squad allow you to do, and Livingston have done that, and credit to them. You know, after we beat them in the cup, our boys come off and said it's one of the hardest games they've played in, because you know, they've got a never say die attitude. They've carried that momentum on from last season, so you know, we have to match that, and we will match that, and it's very much a game I'm looking forward to.
I suppose you can take confidence from the cup result as well. You did play well and had to grind out the results, but that's what you did, and that's what you hopefully do again. Yeah,
it's, you know, obviously we've played them and won. I'm not sure how relevant that'll be. Cup competition, one-off game. They probably go into the game as favourites, where they sit in the league table. So it's a tough game, and you know, first and foremost, we have to match their desire and their energy, and then we get the ball down and play in that order. And perhaps we've done that slightly differently, just due to the personnel and who we have available to us. And I feel that now we're getting the right players into the right positions again, that we're getting back to that.
Yeah. team news and updates on injuries for the weekend?
We're hopeful that Andy Rose, Peter Hartley will both be available for selection. Charles Dunn has started jogging and training lightly, so that's a boost to everybody around the place as well. Craig Tanner's still got some minor problems that I'll see him for a few more weeks, but we're getting people back, as I say, and hopefully we'll be able to play players in their right positions and really start turning this corner.